could both use some change, a newer perspective to see how life looked in a different lane. But here in your arms I can't leave now, 'cause I don't wanna let go of this. Got lost somewhere along the way, chasing the grass that looked greener, lost sight of my reason to stay. But one look from you draws me nearer, so I don't wanna let go. Love has a funny way of growing, for those that don't mind slowing down. Time is as fleeting as the sunset, hiding in the evening clouds. So live with me here in this moment now.
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Luisa. How's everybody doing? Happy New Year everybody. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I hope you had lots of presents. Santa Claus was really nice to me, so I'm very happy about that. I got some really nice gifts and I'm looking forward to the new year. I'm hoping that this year will be easier, happier, better. I gotta tell you, 2020 was a challenge, and I hope this year doesn't turn out to be a repeat. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that we can get through it, get the vaccine, whatever it takes to get our freedom back, because I feel like our freedom has been robbed. So I'm looking forward to a better new year. And I'm very excited today because I'm going to be showing you what I made with the Bargain Bead Box for December. Now, if you don't know what Bargain Bead Box is, I will leave some information down below with a link to their website, and I'll leave a little coupon code as well if you want to sign up to get a little bit of a discount. My personal opinion is that Bargain Bead Box is one of the best subscription boxes around. I've got to tell you, I'm not just saying that, okay? Whenever I get one of their boxes, it's so easy for me to find inspiration. It really is. It's because they know how to put the boxes together. They know what components to put together, what beads, different sizes, different shapes, and it just makes it so easy to create with all the contents of their boxes. So if you're a beginner, you're in the right place. I make these videos mainly for the beginners. I don't really make them for the advanced people because I don't feel like my designs are all that special, but I make the videos because I know some people have a little bit of difficulty finding inspiration, especially if you're new. But everybody's welcome, of course, and if you're advanced, I'm honored to have you here. I'm hoping you like my creations, and you know, I do the best I can with what I'm given. Sometimes I go into my stash. I try not to. For the most part, I think I do a good job of sticking to the contents of the box. But there are times when I have to go into my stash if I need something that's not in the box. But anyway, guys, I want to show you what I made, and I don't want to waste any more of your time. By the way, there are some timestamps down below. So if you don't get to see the whole video today, you can come back, click on the timestamps, and watch whatever portion of the video you need to watch. Okay, so without any further ado, let's go ahead, turn the camera around, and we'll get started. I thought I would start by showing you my 2-strand statement necklace. As you can see, I used that gorgeous lapis lazuli faceted hexagon pendant. The colors were so beautiful, and the pendant itself was absolutely gorgeous. But I decided I would add a little fringed element in the back. I also added one of the snowflake charms in the front. And it wasn't because I felt the pendant was too plain, it was just an impulse. Plus, I really wanted to incorporate the snowflake charms. So when I first examined it, it's what popped into my head. I wasn't sure what to add at first, but I started by attaching some chain segments in the back. And then to dress up the chain, I attached some of the sparkly sapphire and silver rondelles. I attached one at the bottom of each length of chain by doing some wrap loops. After completing that step, I got busy on the strands. So I pulled out my magic rods because, as some of you may already know, it just makes the job easier. I can slide the beads on and off easily. I'm able to arrange beads and bead caps easily without worrying about the spacing because they're held in place with stoppers. This makes it possible for me to arrange the exact patterns and precise length I need, and I can build both strands easily and evenly just by holding them up against each other. Another benefit is that I can hold the rods up against my chest by forming a V, and you get a preview of how the finished necklace will look. And that's something you can't do with the regular beading board. But anyway, guys, I do carry them in my Etsy store if you're interested in them. I'll leave a link down below in the description box so you can go check it out. So anyway, after I was finished laying out my patterns, I simply offloaded them from the rods to the beading wire, and because the beads are held in perfect alignment on the rods, I'm able to slide them onto the wire in multiples without having to find the drilled hole. And that's another thing that a beading board can't do. After creating the strands, I added a snowflake charm on the front of the pendant to give it even more interest. Now the second strand is made of dainty chain, some accent beads as you can see, one of the smaller snowflake charms, and one of the 8mm matte sesame jasper rounds as a focal. So anyway guys, that's my first necklace. I hope you like it. Here's necklace number 2, my Winter Fantasy Choker necklace, and what better way to use snowflake charms. When I saw the 2 different size charms, I immediately thought about placing them together in this necklace. I did have to dig out an additional size from my stash because I wanted more variations in the sizes of the snowflakes. But anyway, I started by arranging the antique silver charms first on some chain, and I had some chain that had some larger links, and so I placed the largest one of the charms in the center and the smaller ones descending in size up the rest of the chain. I then took those gorgeous pressed glass star beads and I wire looped each one and attached them in between each of the snowflake charms, as you can see. I added a lobster claw clasp and another star bead at the end of the extender and called it a day. I just love this adorable choker necklace, and because it's mostly made of metal charms, it is actually very low key and yet it makes a statement, which I really, really like. I don't always like my jewelry to be flashy. Sometimes it's nice to have a more understated piece, especially if you're wearing a sequins top like I am in this shot. Now, if you're looking for a statement necklace, here it is. But this one also screams Halloween for some reason. I think it's because of the colors. I think the blue goldstone round beads, which were so dark and they were almost black, make this piece look more like a Halloween piece. But nevertheless, those beads were gorgeous and teamed up perfectly with the 8mm matte sesame jasper rounds. I started by forming the focal using the 2 crystal hexagon beads that they gave us, plus one of the Snowflake charms. I also felt I needed to add some silver for some reason, and I had a strand of 6mm rounds that I thought would look really nice here. So I decided to create a series of beaded drops, some longer than the others, with the shorter ones ending in a silver bead. I then whipped out my magic rods again to arrange bead patterns for the strand and to see where to hang a drop. And that's the beauty of the magic rods. You can arrange things ahead of time and then hold them up to see how everything looks or how everything drapes. And of course, you can measure the exact length needed to determine how much chain to cut. I know there are other ways to do it, but I am just showing you how versatile and useful these rods can be, especially for those of you who have purchased them separately or with the coil buddy kit. But like I said before, I'll leave a link below so you can check out the products. So here's another benefit. If you know precisely how much chain you need, you can then permanently attach your wire guardian to the chain without a jump ring. In other words, you can slip the last link of your chain directly into the wire guardian before crimping it off. Because as you know, jump rings have the cut which may open with enough force if you accidentally get the necklace caught. So anyway guys, this is the third necklace. I was inspired to make a romantic type of necklace, so I decided to create some beaded components with the swags or festoons using dainty chain. I started with a focal using one of the Chandelier components. I attached some beaded dangles using one of the hematite Snowflake beads and the last of the English cut jasper beads because I had used the rest of them in the first necklace. And since I didn't have any more left, I pulled out some 6mm round lapis lazuli beads that I had in my stash, and I created some beaded components for the strand, alternating between the lapis beads and the hematite beads. I'll be honest guys, when I first saw the hematite beads, they looked a little out of place because they had a bit of an olive green cast. But it just goes to show you, the Bargain Bead Box folks They know what they're doing when they curate their boxes, because once I put everything together, it looked really, really nice. So anyway, after I linked everything, I added some chain for the swags to give it that romantic look, and I was pretty happy with this finished necklace. Here's the fifth and final necklace. I do have some bracelets and earrings coming up, so please stay tuned because they'll be coming up shortly. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I like to link components that are traditionally used by themselves. And I like to link them to other components for that statement necklace effect. And boy, this one definitely makes a statement. The double component design adds another level of complexity and interest. I probably could have just stopped at using the larger of the two, but hey, why not take it one notch up, right? I know it's not for everyone, but I also know that there are many people out there who would wear it, including myself. I had to first figure out how to connect the components, and so I arranged some beads with the idea that I would create beaded components to make the connections. I also wanted to add beads between the loops of the larger chandelier, so I snipped off a piece of 22 gauge wire. I formed a loop at one end and then threaded on the number of beads I needed before forming the other loop. Once I did that, I simply opened up the loops and attached them to the component. It was a little bit fiddly at first, but I was able to get it on eventually. I then added some beaded dangles to the bottom loops and attached the smaller chandelier to two of those components, as you can see. And then I finished by adding more dangles to the smaller chandelier and forming beaded components for the strands. So anyway, I was pretty happy with this one as well. Here's the first of 2 bracelets. I had quite a few of those blue goldstone beads left over, and I was in a bead weaving kind of mood, so I thought I would create this beautiful bead woven bracelet. I pulled some 11 seed beads out and began making this very pretty bracelet. I used the silver crystal bicones and the tiny faceted lapis lazuli rondelles that they gave us, as well as some 3mm bicones that I had in a sapphire color. Now I've made this design many times, and I actually have a tutorial that I made about a year ago, but this latest version is a little bit better because it has the exact same beads in the front as it does in the back of the bracelet. And I did that because I thought it would make it a little bit easier to put the bracelet on and off without worrying about what side is facing up, if that makes any sense. Anyway guys, if you would like a tutorial on this one, I'd be happy to make one. Just leave some comments down in the comment section down below. Perhaps I can use spring colors and beads that are more transparent. It would actually look pretty gorgeous with clear AB coated beads. Here's the second bracelet. Now I have a preference for bead size, and I gotta tell you, I'm not a big fan of using anything larger than 8mm, unless of course it's for a focal. But I put my preferences on the back shelf for this bracelet, which I think turned out lovely. It's a simple design, but those 10mm electroplated beads in that gorgeous blue iris color look great with the 6x8 crystal rondelles, which also have a bit of a bluish tone. And I did use one of the toggle clasps that they gave us, and I created a really cute dangle charm using the same beads. And finally, I made 4 pairs of earrings, and as usual, they're nothing special. I just feel that if your necklaces are substantial or they make a statement, then your earrings should be more subdued. That's just my opinion. I know everyone feels differently. Plus, I usually like to include a pair of complementary earrings with every one of the necklaces that I sell on my Etsy store. So anyway guys, these are the 4 pairs of earrings. Well, that's the full collection. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, I'm going to pick one of these necklaces, I'm going to put it on and come back and say goodbye. Well, I chose the Snowflake necklace. I absolutely adore this necklace. I think it's so gorgeous. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope I've inspired you. Go out and make your own necklaces. I hope you have a wonderful new year with lots of happiness, lots of good health, lots of friends and family and freedom. Hopefully we can get rid of the masks, get rid of the COVID, and have a lot more freedom this coming year. Looking forward to seeing you again. Have a great day. Bye.
I thought we could both use some change, a newer perspective to see how life looked in a different lane. But here in your arms I can't leave. 'cause I don't wanna let go of us. Got lost somewhere along the way, chasing the grass that looked greener, lost sight of my reason to stay. But one look from you draws me nearer, so I don't wanna let go